Well, hey everybody. I am Mr. Tyler. I'm so excited to do some art with you this week. Here's my daughter Penny.
Hi.
Hi. And yeah, we've been waiting all year for this. I hope you have all your packets you picked up from school. You should have a stack of colored paper. And this is for the actual project. That's in video 2. Today, right now, we're going to go through the worksheet. And this is some good practice about our artist. So learn about his techniques and the way he thought. So we're learning about the artist. How do you pronounce that? Henri? No.
Henri Matisse.
Henri Matisse. Very good. And so in the second video, we're going to be making some art like this, an underwater seascape. And there's some examples there. Hopefully you've already watched the PowerPoint from Mrs. Telfer. And then this video will take us through the worksheet and then click onto the second video to get into your art. So we don't need the paper for this video, but just to make sure that you have your supplies, you're going to need this, some paper, scissors, and glue. For this video, we just need our worksheet and some crayons. So let's pick a couple colors of crayons.
I'm going to pick...
Can you pick me one?
Wait.
Anyone? Anyone at all?
Okay.
Ooh.
I want to find my...
All right.
Where is it?
Cerulean. One of my favorites. Okay.
I like this one.
So, Henri Matisse loved to use abstract shapes to make scenes. He loved really joyful, colorful pictures, and we're going to see he uses scraps of paper, and he tries to use every single scrap. So even the pieces that you cut out and you think you're just going to throw away, he finds a way to use it. And he would make these colorful scenes to give people joy. Maybe send them to people who are sad or lonely or sick, and that's a great thing. Maybe you want to do that as well. So let's go to page 1 of our Meet the Masters worksheet. And we'll just kind of work through this. And you can work through this on your own pace. If you ever need to pause the video, feel free. I might go a little faster just to get through the video, but you can always pause and work on each section as you go along. So the first thing we got to learn is about positive and negative space. See, Matisse, he cut out abstract shapes for sea creatures, and then he saved the parts that he was going to throw away, and he used them also. And so you can actually see an example here. I cut out an octopus, but then over here I used the negative space, and I have another octopus. So we'll do that in the second video.
I'm going to use the outline of the octopus when I finish it.
Yeah. Penny's, this is Penny's, and we're going to share our video later and share our finished artwork, and Penny's still working on hers. It's going to look awesome. So we have first one, positive space, negative space. It's almost like, you see, he cut out the shape of a shell, right? But then he saw, actually, both the shape I cut out and the shape behind it can be used. And so he can use it as what you would call a negative space shell. Right? So that's kind of cool. So negative space, positive space. So let's practice. We have a picture of a crab, and then next a picture of a fish. So let's color the positive shape for the crab. Which one would that be? I think it would be the crab itself.
Me too.
Yeah, so the crab would kind of be, if I cut out the crab, that
Your
would be...
blue looks like my blue.
Hmm.
But mine's a different crayon.
So the crab is the positive shape. And then we have a picture of a fish. What would be the negative shape? The outline. So everything behind the fish?
Yeah.
Okay. So now on the next color, now color the negative shape. Okay. So there you see. So Matisse found a way to use both the positive shape and all that negative shape as well. Yeah.
See?
Oh, for this next one now, we're going to need at least 2 different colors.
Okay, I'm going to get another. You can have... I'm going to also have green.
I kind of want one that contrasts with blue a little bit so it shows up. So I'm going to just change to orange. Is that okay?
Actually, I'm going to actually get that.
So this says, let's color the positive shape the same on all 3 boxes down here on the bottom of our first page. It's going to be red. So all 3, I'm going to color mine all the same.
Mine's going to be red.
Okay.
It's red coral.
And this is a great way to see how negative shape and positive shapes can contrast and help make things stand out. So after you color all of them the same, oh, we're actually going to need a lot more colors than I thought.
Why?
So now this is just a way to see what different negative shapes can do to your picture. So you're actually going to need 3 different colors.
Oh.
And each one, box 1, box 2, box 3, let's color each negative shape a different color. So the coral is all the same color, and now you're going to color the negative space a different color. So let's see, my first one's orange.
My first background is blue. It's like the water. The next one's going to be green, so it's like behind seaweed.
Nice.
And the last one's going to be gray, because then it's like behind rocks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm doing orange, and now I'm doing gray.
Green.
And yellow. Okay.
Great.
Give you all a little bit of time to finish coloring.
And
there. Okay. So now there's 3 questions down here, and look at your positive shape. So that coral or seaweed, whatever that thing is.
coral.
Now, Penny, can you read that first question down there for us?
Which shape seems brighter?
Okay, so you've got boxes 1, 2, and 3. So on yours, and it's going to look different because you picked different colors, you choose which shape seems brighter to you.
I think number 2 does.
Okay, on mine, because of the colors I chose, I think number 3 seems the brightest for me. Can you read that second question for us?
Which seems more hidden?
Ooh, hidden. Okay, that's a good question.
I think that number 3 does.
Okay, mine is number 2. Oh, and my number 2 has gray, and your number 3 has gray. That's probably why we think it's more hidden. Nice. And then which looks best with the background?
Number 1 does.
You like number 1 the most? Actually, I like number 1 the most too, for mine. So that's all.
I like number 3 on yours.
You like my number 3? Yeah. So whatever one, and you can pick the same number for more than one answer too. So, nice. Okay, let's turn on to page number 2.
Okay.
Okay, so this one, Penny, you want to read this title for us?
Creating abstract shapes from realistic shapes.
Very nice. Okay, so we have a picture on the top left of a realistic shell. That looks like a pretty good shell.
Yeah.
Now, if I were to just kind of start to sketch it, that would be what I would first start to sketch, and then I would add some detail.
I would do it like this.
Yeah. So if I had, so I might start with the basic shape of a shell, which is just that circle, or more like an oval eye shape. Then I would add on the third box, I would start to add some jagged marks on the edge to make it start to look like a shell. And then I would start to erase some of my extra lines and turn it into a nice simplified shell. Yeah. So, why do you think Matisse would want to do that? Why would he go from a realistic looking shell to this simplified shell?
Well, it might be easier to make.
I think that's exactly right. It might be easier to make because Matisse wasn't using pencils. We're doing pencils and crayons for this exercise, right? Because we're just practicing. But when we get to the actual art, all he used is scissors and glue.
See?
And so I can't add all those details. I'm not drawing lines and everything like that. So I need to find the simplified version that I could cut out of paper. So that's why it's actually going to be a lot easier. So kind of following this sketched shape. So just your very general, what's the biggest shape you see?
On
You're
a
going to draw
pencil.
that. Pencils would be helpful. If you can find one for me, that would be great.
Okay.
If you need a pencil, feel free to push pause and find a pencil. Penny and I think this part of the exercise would be better with a pencil.
You can have this one.
Excellent. Okay. All right. We got our pencils. So let's start sketching. So we're going to start with this snail and do just a very basic shape. You could do just a circle or maybe a circle with a little bit of a snail on the bottom. And then in the next, it says add a little bit of detail. So my circle, well, I need a little bit of a head coming out with some antennas.
Mine's like this.
And little wavy lines for the bottom of that snail. Right? And then to simplify, I'm really looking just for the outer edge of my snail. Think about what you would need to cut out of paper if you had scissors, right? Exactly. So now I'm just going to cut that.
Maybe I can make little antennas out of paper.
So you do that, down to that for the jellyfish.
Okay.
Very just a simple, what's the basic shape that you see? Like a half circle. And then start to add a little details and then take away those details so you have what you could cut out.
I want to show mine.
So there's a few examples there.
And mine.
And here's Penny's right here. Very nicely done.
First, next to jellyfish. Then I add details. This is how I add details. See?
Yeah.
And then have simple. I made a jellyfish in one of those. Well, I made it in that example one. And it was just like this. There. This is how I cut it out in my painting. I made one of those with a jellyfish, and it looks like this. It looks like this.
Nice. I like that. And then what's this last one?
A sand dollar.
Sand dollar.
But it has a hole.
Yeah. Okay. So sand dollar.
I would just make a circle.
Me too.
And that's really the whole thing it is. Mine's a sand.
Then you got to do it again with like a wavy circle and add some of those details.
I'm drawing like what my sand dollar is like.
And then you just want to simplify it. Perfect. Okay.
I'm drawing what my sand dollar is like.
Nice.
Then, if I simplify it, it just looks like a circle. Oh, maybe it would. I think if I simplified it, it would actually have some of those like
Little wavy lines or
Like-
something.
those spiky things
Yeah.
that my sand dollar has those on the edges. There, mine would be like this.
Ooh.
Oh, look at
Okay.
that.
So now let's put all of the pieces together. We have practiced taking a realistic picture and finding the basic shape that we would cut out. And again, this is just practice. We're not using scissors yet. But here on this page, I have a lot of more detailed pictures of
Ooh,
sea anemones,
I
of
know.
sea stars, of fish, of jellyfish. and what we want, put the simple, like, what's the cutout shape? So box number 3 of the previous page onto this. So pick one of these and don't do all the details. Just pick the basic shape that you would cut out of paper. And so we're practicing. Ooh, Penny, can I show them yours? Because that's a really good start.
Those are sea anemones. Those ones are sea anemones.
Yeah. So those are really good. Just the basic shapes, you could definitely cut that out of a piece of colored paper. And you don't need to put all the details right now.
I did some rocks.
Good job. So.
Yeah. I'll make it fishy.
So go ahead and practice that. Let's see. And try to fill your whole page with as many sea animals. Put some coral in there. Suppose you could do other colors too. You could even, as you finish coloring, putting those in, you can color them and make them different bright colors. Remember, Matisse loved bright colors. So you might color, I got my jellyfish here. I'm going to do a nice bright orange for my jellyfish. I think I want some nice red coral down here. So yeah, there you go. So this is a great way to practice. So keep working on that. You can finish filling in this scene with as many sea creatures as you want. And then when you're ready, get all your materials together and push play on video 2. And I'm looking forward to seeing you right there.
This is a whale, and that's
Ha!
it's not a fish.
Penny drew a whale eating krill. I love it. All right, everyone. I will see you soon. Both of us will see you soon. And we'll make some art with Henri Matisse. Henri Matisse. You want to say bye?
Bye.